Hello everyone, just went to see the new Ghost in the Shell movie, and you know what, I actually ended up liking it quite a bit, but there was some problems. I mean, nothing major, no pun intended. I don't want to get mad at this movie, because it gets it closer than any other anime adaptation has, which I know isn't a very high bar. But it's just for me, there's like one issue that just sticks out like a sore thumb. But overall, I mean, it was good. A lot of scenes were lifted straight from the movie or the anime. The series. And those were pulled off fairly well. Of course, I guess there's the pink elephant in the room that everyone's going to be talking about. It's Scarlett Johansson playing what's supposed to be an Asian character, but without getting too spoilery, they do delve into that. And I'll leave it at that until later. But overall, maybe like 6.5 or 7 out of 10. Maybe a little high. There were some odd choices too. One was the music. The trailer, at least the most recent one I saw, actually featured like a remix of the original music from the movie, which I was kind of hoping, I guess maybe it was silly to hope, but that they would use it to some extent in this movie. And there's like, during the opening credits, there's like a couple of notes, but other than that, the soundtrack sounds like it's directly ripped like from Blade Runner. That's the hardest part about this movie, is it's like a weird amalgamation stylistically between Ghost in the Shell and Blade Runner. It's very much stuck to its 90-minute runtime, and sometimes to its detriment. Because the original, I need to double check to see what its run length was. But one of the things it did really well was it would allow time to just enjoy the world, like slow moments. Like I said, I gotta rewatch it, but there's a scene like where Major does a boat ride down through the poor part of town, and it's just the music and you're looking at bits of the world. You don't really get that. The characters don't really get time to be built up. It's a lot of the time is focused on the action scenes. The action is done well. I mean, it's followable. It's not like extremely quickly cut. Although nowadays, because like a lot of it's borrowed directly from Ghost in the Shell, it doesn't seem as innovative as it did then, just because The Matrix ripped off most of that. So it, like, people who haven't seen that will think, oh, this is just ripping off The Matrix. Well, it's kind of an inbred circle there. But for the most part, I did enjoy it. I think most people will like it. I didn't mind Scarlett Johansson's performance. I know people say she's a bit wooden, but so is the character, at least in the original movie. Warning, spoilers. Yodeling! Alright, here's the part that pissed me off. The main bad guy, who, if you've seen the original, is an AI construct, is not an AI construct in this one. She's her childhood friend that was the previous attempt at making basically a male Major. Oh, why? Fucking Hollywood, why? I mean, I get that you're trying to make a connection between them, but it didn't need a direct connection like that. It was more of a philosophical connection. Especially because the whole thing about Major in this one, like I said, they go into like why she doesn't look at, is because her memories have been altered. And so they put her in a different body to make it even harder for her to basically know her own memories. And that's good. That actually would work better if you'd left the other as an AI construct. Because then it really does blur the line even more between her mind and a created mind. But instead, they just made it her old friend. And, why? I think it would have hurt a lot less if they hadn't been doing so well up until that point. I don't know, it's just... Because, yeah, I was enjoying it, and like I said, overall it was decent and fairly close. And then when it got to that, like, kind of reveal, I wanted to bang my head against the seat in front of me. Because of the things they did change, the way everything goes about, like, happening gets changed. It's... Because, like in the original, the AI tries to basically get them to investigate the company that made it so they can kind of discover it on their own, so they would be willing to bring it out. This one, he's mad that they took his memories away. So close. I know maybe they'll save that for a future sequel, because guess what? They sequel bait. They pretty much do. Because it doesn't end like the original movie does. Instead of deciding to join with the AI construct and form a new mind to go out and experience the world, well, he's not an AI construct, so there's kind of no point in that, and he gets killed. But I'm not so entirely upset with that, because, if they do sequels and they try to keep true to some of the source material, it might be nice to see them go into some of the stuff from standalone conflicts, like the whole Laughing Man issue. But then again, it's like, if that's the way they wanted to go, why wouldn't they save this for the end? Because it does become a logical conclusion. It looks like they should have actually started with the standalone complex stuff, because that goes into more like how she started in the agency. Because this kind of has her made, and then it skips a year. Another thing that kind of bugged me was a lot of the really good, like, psychological stuff from the original was really abbreviated, or kind of chopped up wrong. The main thing is, everyone has seen the original, probably remembers, like, the story of the garbage man, that he was basically going around delivering all these packages that I believe contained, like, bombs and such, because he thought that his daughter was going to get killed, only to find out that he didn't have a daughter. Well, kind of all the subtlety is gone in this one, because when he's sitting in the trash truck, you see him do like a weird trance thing, which instantly lets you know he's being hacked. Instead of having the whole action happen, and then the reveal happen at the end. See, that's kind of the whole problem with this one, is it tries to, like, show its hand too much, so it loses a lot of the subtlety, and then you also lose, like, your compassion for the characters. Because I think it's more shocking to see after he's done all this devastation to find out just how bad he had been messed up in the head because of this. And yeah, making it like a petty revenge story for the main bad guy just makes him less likable as a character. It's so close to what you want it to be, but it just misses that little bit. It's like it loses the game by one touchdown kind of thing. Which sucks, because it was still a fun game to watch, but at the end of the day, the game was still lost.